red light.
Go.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Verbal Laxative. I'm Jason.
And I'm Hassan.
Simpson.
Bryan.
And this is our anniversary episode.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. One person
All
clapping.
right.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna clap too then.
So cringe.
Okay.
Stop clapping. No more clapping.
You're the one who
Well,
said clap.
we're a bit late on this, but yeah, we passed the 1 year mark, and I guess we're into. Do we do seasons? Probably not, right?
No.
Okay, then screw that.
Just go straight to like episode.
No, I feel like you're promising too much when you're doing
episode 100
seasons.
something.
It brings
yeah.
You're promising a structure
I don't
which
think
we
there's
don't
seasons
have.
in podcasts.
Some do.
Do
No,
they?
some. I feel like some has running count. Like Rooster Teeth, they just keep going.
Yeah, like
Oh,
something
it's like
episode-
some others do. Like they're always open ones have seasons.
episode
Oh, do they?
200
Yeah.
or something. Episode 200.
Oh, they're at 500, but they didn't even count the drunk podcast, which was another couple hundred.
Well, we're past the 1 year mark at the very least. So congratulations, everyone. We're still alive.
Yeah.
A lot of restaurants don't even last this long.
That's a good achievement.
I think so. And we've been getting listeners this month so
Yes.
far, which is weird.
Impossible numbers for just ourselves listening to it over and over again.
So yeah, so thank you everyone for listening after 1 year. Yeah, I
Yes.
guess we're still interesting.
The
I don't know if that's
background
right
is just
word for
cheering.
Well, we got some dedicated fans. They've been hungry for these episodes. Most of them are just my friends, but
They just want less John Oliver.
what?
That's John Oliver?
That was one of the comments from our friends.
Wow. Okay, so fucking 1 minute 42. Brian says something where we all don't know what the fuck's going on.
What's wrong with John Oliver? I like John Oliver.
I like John Oliver. He's pretty good.
What brought him up?
Oh, just a friend. He wanted more B money and less John Oliver was his comment.
Oh, was that an actual comment somewhere?
That was like-
Did he just say this to you, or
He said it to
in the
us,
chat.
yes.
Oh,
He
okay.
said it to us in chat. He didn't post
Okay.
it on YouTube
okay?
or the comment section.
Well, we
You
get.
know, like Brian's hot political takes.
I don't know. It sounds like he
I'm not
does
very
like
political is probably why.
it. You're more political than I am, though. I'm probably the least political
fair.
here.
That's fair. All right. New York Times, they released a 25...
Wait, before we get into it, since it's the anniversary episode, did anyone else have anything anniversary related to this?
No.
Okay, whatever.
Just-
Fuck
Do
it.
we have any?
Either way, we come a long way. You know, Brian was added on after being the first guest.
Yes, which now he's like
Easy
member.
entry. To regular.
Reoccurring cast.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna be.
We
This
didn't.
is called reoccurring.
We didn't have anyone else apply for the position. It'd be nice to have a female voice on this, but after 1 year, we never had a girl on here.
He just slid himself into those DMs.
Was there ever been a female voice in this podcast?
No.
I feel like no.
No, we still have the first one out there. My wife actually was saying, maybe I should come on. Well, you know, like the last time with just me and you.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, it's just Brian on there. She's like, yeah, no, never mind.
No one blames her.
But
It would just
whatever.
be an interrogation only.
But if any girls want to go on this podcast, hit us up at
Yeah.
Twitter
Yeah, just
at
not-
Verbal Laxative.
This is not Jason just desperately looking.
Yeah, it's a
for-
freaking interviews take place on a black couch for no apparent reason.
Only dudes show up.
Oh Jesus!
Okay, fine.
No, I'm not. You do the interviews and I'm out.
No, Jason will be fine.
Nope.
All right, yeah. Regardless of gender, please apply.
Yes, I guess we do need more guests. You're right. That'd be good. It'd be nice.
It won't hurt, yeah. Whoever wants to come on, as long as you're not a serial killer or like a pedophile or whatever, come on.
Well, as long as they don't commit any crimes against us. But if they want to talk about weird shit,
Speeding is fine.
Wait,
would you
actually
want a
putting it out
murderer
there for
on the?
guests?
Not a murderer.
No, I
Speeding,
mean like, would you want a murderer as a guest? Just like,
Just to make our show edgy?
yeah.
No,
like,
well, no, we're
interesting.
not well known enough, so they could just kill us all. And
And
Well,
no
I'm
one
saying,
would care.
with the
But we would have evidence. It'll be in the pod.
yeah, because
yeah,
it's live.
Yeah, he definitely.
after he kills us, he would be the one that uploads it. Yeah.
Okay,
No.
so let's talk some business since it's been a year. What are your thoughts on doing an actual live episode, like on, I don't know, YouTube Live or something?
I'd do it. It's just that, I don't know. We gotta get
We
someone to
would-
set it up. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to fucking.
Oh, the library. The library has a camera that you could use. Their studio.
Yeah, they have the
Yeah, I should check out the
recording
library one of these days.
I should too. I heard it's nice.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, they have green screen too. We could even put ourselves anywhere
studio. Right.
in the world.
Yeah.
I'd say if we actually have people that want to see that shit and some guests and whatever want to see live,
Yeah,
then we'll do it.
We could do it right in front of the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Yeah, we can move ourselves to the Great
If
Wall
we
of
get-
China.
If we get 2 people to comment this on our Twitter, then we'll seriously consider doing it.
fucking get some live stream. Yeah. Do it on Twitch or something.
Yeah.
Or we could do that famous mukbang that we always promise our audience.
Oh God.
We've never
Oh, God,
promised.
We never promised that. We've talked about it. I don't think we've actually promised it.
Yeah. One of these days we can only go up, right? That's not true. We can go way down. we can
could.
go way down.
It could go to 0.
Yeah, past it, we could go negative too. One of these days, maybe we'll do a live show. Anyways, you want to talk about something, Brian?
I was talking about something I heard. New York Times, they released the 25 most influential people in 2019,
Yeah.
and the Hong Kong protesters made it.
What the fuck?
Man.
What number?
I don't actually remember
It's probably got to
what
be
number,
low.
but like there were with people like Carlos was also on it from Vox. We were mentioning.
Oh
about him.
yeah.
Yeah. Some celebrities that we like, Kylie and all those. They made it.
That's
What
a
a
shame.
That's
what a
shame.
stupid list.
That's
It's kind of silly.
It's
But
like clickbait,
it just
essentially.
it's definitely it's how our media is portrayed nowadays.
This is yeah. Oh fuck's sakes. Oh my god. It didn't used to be so much of a joke back
Did,
then.
did Trump make the list?
I was just gonna.
Of course.
Ask.
Oh
Sure,
yeah,
yes.
definitely.
Who's number one actually?
I would. You know what? I didn't really look at it. I just saw the Chinese Hong Kong protesters, and I'm like, wow.
Fuck's sakes.
If I was part of that
that's all
protest-
you need to read out of
If
the
I was
top
in that
25.
protest, I would have been in the paper. I'd be like, hey mom, I'm in the New York Times. There I am with the crowd.
Well, there was one year that the Time, they do the Person of
wait.
the Year.
Is this the New York Times or the Time magazine?
Time magazine. But
So yeah, one year
But
Time
you know, the
Magazine
New
did
York
do Person of the
Close
Year,
enough.
and the picture on the front is just like the glossy thing. It's like a mirror. It's like, oh, it's you. So anyone could say, oh, I was actually a Time Magazine Person of the Year.
yes,
Fucking-
it's also like it's similar to the IKEA when you're walking down the stairs and it's the mirror and it says you are great.
You sure? But
No,
I mean,
not
this
at
is
all.
Time Magazine's Person of the Year. Not just like, hey, I once saw something say that I'm great.
IKEA told me that I was great.
Not applicable at all, man. This is another attempt at you trying to be human.
I'm trying to find the list.
How do you? Usually, people look at the top, most
5 or
influential
10
people.
at
They
least.
try to see who's number one. It's
Yeah.
very curious that you're just like, oh, that's interesting.
I don't know if it's actually numbered. I just see like the article and it's just like showing people and a write up of why they made it. But interestingly enough,
Is it New York Times or Time Magazine?
it's Time. This is time.com.
Yeah, that's Time Magazine.
I don't know who Lil Nas X is.
Oh, he's the one who made the song Old Town Road.
Old Town.
Country
It's a
with
country rap song, but most people don't consider it a country song.
Yeah.
And then there were some controversies where it was taken out of the country billboards. And then people were arguing, well, it's more country than other country songs. And
Yeah, I just started. It's just Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh yeah,
It's
he's in
featured-
it.
he's
Yeah.
he's in it because I think they want to legitimize the song.
song. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Wait, do you?
he's the country part of
Do you think it's a country song?
No, it's a
It's-
troll song.
it's
It's
more
it's
like
just
a-
making fun of country.
it. It's making fun of country or it falls under. The
It's mostly
regular-
trap. It's like rap and trap. Like there's
Yeah.
very little country, but you could say the lyrics refers to country stuff.
because he talks about Old Town Road or
Yes.
old what is
And some horses and,
some
riding.
horses.
So then it's legit that they took him off the country.
Yes, it is legit. But then again, like for example, when you're an established country singer and you create a song that's not country, say like pop or something, you might still be included in those billboards, and that's what people are arguing that
Well, it's like Taylor Swift.
it's exactly
all
like Taylor
pop now.
Swift. I can't remember the other blonde one.
Oh, I don't like country music.
Carrie Underwood.
Something, yeah, Carrie. Yeah, ones that like they kind of make music outside the country genre, but they're still included in the billboards.
Well,
Right.
not that song though, right? Like They're not included in the like Taylor Swift hasn't.
No, those songs specifically, yeah, they would get included, even if they don't sound country, but they're from a country artist or a established country
But
artist.
is Taylor Swift a
Taylor
country?
Swift has not.
She's not a country artist.
Not
now.
not for a while now.
Yeah.
But before, like during that transition, a few of her songs were considered country.
And Carrie, before the transition, that was forever ago.
That was forever ago, yes.
And Carrie Underwood is mostly country. She'll do one of those like pop country kind of songs.
Yeah.
Most of her songs might fall under that, but they're still more country-ish than Old Town Road, I think.
Yeah, I think there's another thing they're playing with the color. They were saying like country suppressed black people. There's not as many black artists being promoted in country because country is very
It's very redneck.
white or redneck.
Well, I took it a step further.
No, they've done crossovers before. I'm calling it a crossover now. What's it called? Florida Georgia line with what's that dude? The one who was it him? No, I can't.
I don't know country music.
No, I trust you.
But yeah, I know they've done it before.
All right, sounds
I
good.
can't remember
Bryan,
the song.
debunked.
Hey, BTS made the list too. If you want to talk about Korean music,
Oh shit. On
Ariana
the
Grande.
Time? On-
Yeah, School Strikers is on here too.
Okay, I
I've-
see. They're just
I've
giving
never
it to
heard of School
everybody now.
Strikers.
I thought when he said BTS, I thought they made it on the country billboard.
No.
That would
Korean
be
country.
amazing.
There's a lot of people here I don't know.
You know, actually, I wonder why Korean hasn't got the countryness in their songs.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Why? Why does that?
Because if you listen to their pop song, they're usually a mix of genres, right?
Well, no, they got their folk songs. You just don't hear it.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's
That's their country song.
that's their country stuff.
Folk
Okay, they don't have
song?
American country.
yeah.
Well, American country is just basically American folk.
It's
That's-
American folk song, basically. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's if you go all these places, it's basically like the folk song or whatever traditional song. That the country is America's.
the rural song.
yeah, rural song, right?
So a guy named Chris Godfrey made the list.
Who the fuck's that?
I don't really know, but he's the guy that posted
he's
a
the-
picture of an egg on
Oh,
Instagram.
this is the Instagram where he posted a picture of an egg, and he wanted everyone to follow it so that they can overtake Kylie Jenner, who was at the
Yes.
time the #1 Instagram follower.
Yes, with her
Oh my
picture
God.
of her
and
baby.
and
Did
he
she-
surpassed her,
Oh, sweet, wonderful.
and
Over
shit.
53 million likes.
I
yes.
support an egg over Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
yeah, which a lot of people did, and then he
More
like,
specifically, it's Kylie Jenner's baby. That's the picture beat out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's fine too.
yeah, he got
no,
the
I'm
most
fine with
liked picture. It was just a simple egg, like a JPEG egg.
We're living in this reality now. This is the Rocco's modern world looking at a tub of mayonnaise.
But can you think
I
of
would
like
love
all
that.
the sponsors he got? That he's like, oh yeah, we want to sponsor you, egg guy.
No,
Did
there's
he?
so many people here. I don't
I'm pretty
know.
sure he monetized that.
Who's
fuck out.
number? Who's like top 3, top 5?
Well, again, it's like not numbered. They just list out names. But the first one on the list was the guy I said, Lil Nas X. The person after that is Alexandria. Oh crap!
Ocasio-Cortez?
That's her
AOC.
name. AOC is what I know her by. I never tried to say her name out.
Area of control.
Area, sure, yeah. And after that, it's Donald Trump.
Wait, she's the one that didn't want to give money
Then BTS.
to the border, right? Because she was afraid that Trump was going to use it.
It's not just her, but she's like one of the vocal, up and coming Democratic star.
Oh yes,
She
was.
openly says that she's like a Democratic socialist.
Yeah, because there was that issue on
Kinda
the
like
border
Bernie.
with the kids not
Yeah.
having the right sanitation
Yeah,
living.
her and a couple other.
And she didn't want to give the money to Trump because she's thinking that Trump will use it in the wrong way,
Yeah.
that he would reinforce.
Yeah, but she's not just famous for that. She's just famous congresswoman out of where is it? The Bronx or something? Yeah, she's just one of those activist congresswomen.
Oh, okay.
She's got a lot of fire,
Yeah.
fucking rails at the Republicans. All these like congressional hearings. And
Was
stuff.
she at the Democratic showdown?
I think what are you talking about?
The one with the thing we talked about last week, with Andrew Yang and Joe Biden and
No, she's not a candidate.
She's not.
Oh, she's not a
running
candidate.
for-
Congresswoman.
Congress.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not running for president. She can't. She's too young.
Oh,
She's a
she's
junior
like
too
member.
young.
She's like 30 or something. Like
Yeah,
in her
the
30s.
cutoff's like,
what do you have to be? 45?
Yeah, something like
Fuck, I don't forget what it is. I think I want to say it's like 35.
Oh, okay.
Above.
So a couple
I
more
think
years.
she's like 32 or something.
Don't quote me on that. I can't remember what the exact age is. You gotta be above a minimum age to be president.
I'm thinking it might be closer to 40.
It might be because
38 or
Obama
something
was
like that.
the youngest one
Was he? Wow.
at the time, and he was 40 something.
44 or something like that, I think.
I don't know.
How about the Canadian government? What's the age limit there?
I don't know. Maybe as long as you can look over the fucking table. I don't know. Like
I don't know. The current prime minister looks pretty young.
How old is Trudeau?
Trudeau is in his 40s as well. I think.
Isn't
I don't
it
know,
like
'cause
late
it-
40s though.
It's by
think it's like- Yeah.
yeah, it's by party, right? So it is.
Oh,
whatever-
it's by party.
Yeah. So, 'cause
So you can have someone fairly young.
You don't elect your prime minister. You elect your party, right? The party decides who's going to be prime minister, like
Right.
who's the leader of the party.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what the rule is. We should have a rule too. I imagine that the bare minimum is like 18 plus. That has to be the bare minimum. You can't get like a Doogie Howser.
But that would be hilarious if he's 18 or she, and they go to the States and try to get a drink. He or she couldn't order
Yeah, but you can order the entire country to go to war.
anything.
So Trudeau's apparently 47. So I think he came in 2015.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. So he's
So
40s.
He would
45.
have been like 43 then.
43.
Yeah.
Oh, he's young then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
This
Next
list is
time-
kind of crap.
Well, thanks,
time we'll look
thanks,
at
Jason,
the-
for confirming my Times magazine.
Fucking.
Yes.
For New York
The Hong
Times.
Kong protesters were on there.
The
but
New York
yeah.
Times Time magazine.
They usually so the Time magazine itself, if you get it and it has the person of the year and all the people running up to the person of the year, I think the magazine itself it will give you like the top 100 people, most influential people of the year, something like that. But you only get that in the magazine. You gotta buy it or something like that. I think.
What?
It's ranked because they do rank it. They give you like who is the Times person of the year.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
And
I don't know. Just based on that, I think.
Yeah,
It might be different though. Person of the year versus this just influential, like top influential.
Yeah, no, this is like the person of the year means like this is the top 100 most influential people of the year or something like that, right? And then in the magazine, it would give like a profile for all like whatever 100 people, and then they'll have the top guy. Donald Trump made top, I think, one of the years.
When he went to North Korea.
I think when he got elected, he made top.
That one's
Don't
true.
quote me on this. I'm just pulling all this out of my ass. I'm not sure, but ever since he became
Kinda like
president, I
Trump?
think being Trump.
Just pulling everything out of
Yeah,
your
yeah,
ass.
yeah.
Yeah, he's allowed to say anything. He's invincible at this point.
Oh yeah.
No one can stop
He
him.
said everything. There's nothing else to say, and he's
That's
still
true.
there.
That's
He said
certain.
all the things.
That's certainly true.
We could
The
give him
FBI
dialogue and he'd be
the FBI
fine.
tried to get him. Nothing happened.
I mean, just recently AOC he was
Yeah.
telling them to go back to wherever they're from. and
Yeah,
if they
for
think they
them.
can do change or do good change, they should go back to the countries where they came from and
Yeah.
make changes there and help
Yeah.
them. Like
Oh yes, that was a good tweet.
that was
Oh
like
my God.
bullshit. She's born here, isn't she?
All them.
Or
America,
just
not
in
here.
America.
No, yeah, that he got in a lot of shit for that, but
yeah,
he's
she's
Teflon
probably gonna
Don.
ask for a birth certificate.
He's Teflon Don. He's gonna get past it. He's not even gonna. It's not even gonna stick on him. He doesn't even give a shit. He's like, the news are having a field day.
If anything, it's better because it takes the attention off the kids than the security.
For
The
sure,
borders.
yeah. It doesn't. None of them matter. Even the kids. Even the kids in the camps, they don't matter.
Yeah,
He
that's
just
true.
takes it. Like they say, oh, how can you say something like that? He's just like, fuck it. I say.
Just watch me. I said it.
He's like, what did I say? I don't even remember. Whatever. And then he just
With
goes
the way the news cycle is, nothing does stick. So
He doesn't even remember saying, or he'll deny saying things that's like written down and everything. Like
Yeah.
it's on
Shit.
record. There's video evidence and
Yeah,
everything.
well,
he
the
also-
Trump card is fake news, right?
Didn't he also recently imply in one of his speeches or talks or whatever that the kidneys are in the heart?
It doesn't matter. That's probably one of the least inflammatory things he'd say.
Right, but
Like, at least he got it. At least it's within the general vicinity of the body.
Yes,
Of the
in the
body,
body, somewhere in the torso.
Yeah, it just
He
he
knows
knows
where
only
the-
in the body.
he
but
knows
that's
where
about
the pussy is, but that's about it. The rest is just
That'd be interesting. He's like, I know how to grab him in the pussy, and you see him like reach past his shoulder. Like, wait.
grabs the
Mr. President.
shoulder blade.
I think you have it wrong.
Where do you stick it?
How do you have kids? You have so many kids. How did this happen? You don't know where the pussy is. I have ways. I know where the pussy is. All the good pussy, the greatest pussy. And then, it was so funny. The Independence Day, remember he had the whole parade and the speech. And during the speech, he was giving praise to the American revolutionaries in like 1776. And he was saying something about like they're so brave, you know, like the army was so brave in like seizing all the airports.
Airports, yeah.
In revolutionary America. Like, that's great.
Oh man.
This
I wonder
is
what it's like in his head. It must be so fun
every day is
or
just like
very scary.
No, he always says he's working. You know,
it's a
he's like it's my birthday, but I'm just gonna be working. You know, and that's
No
what he
big
always talks
deal.
about.
I work on my birthday.
It's all logged under executive time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all that tea time, he's constantly working right there.
This is the best. This is the 4 years of entertainment.
Yeah, and we could get 4 more years.
Oh my
after
god, 4 more
2020.
years of entertainment. Should always think of it like that.
That should be a slogan. 4 more years of entertainment.
glass half full. Yeah, you
Yes.
know. And fuck, that would be great. That would be the only great thing that you can get out of it. 4 more years of just non-stop, unadulterated entertainment. Provided we don't all nuke ourselves into oblivion. By then it would be our third
We all
anniversary. Second anniversary. Second anniversary. Oh yeah.
Speaking of anniversary, I just remember it occurred to me a little while back, but in one of our first episodes, you were talking about a anime or whatever of the guys that get a sex change. So that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's on Netflix now. I'm like,
Wait,
when I first
what's
saw
the
that, I'm
name?
like, holy shit.
What's the anime called?
I don't remember.
Something like Backstreet
Oh, yeah,
Girls or
Backstreet
something
Girls,
like
yeah,
that.
something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Remember the Yakuza guys?
Yeah.
Get a sex change, turn into schoolgirls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they
it's-
become like
yeah.
pop stars
What's the
or whatever.
plan here?
I don't know.
Go to girls' washrooms.
I don't know.
No, it's like the mafia boss forced them to or something. Like,
and it's gonna be an anime.
it is. It's already on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, I recently went to Vancouver and I visited UBC. It's a very huge campus.
Right.
And like their Mac Hall, they just have gender-friendly washrooms.
Oh,
Nice.
really?
Yeah. yeah.
What's the sign look like?
They were just as I was walking, they were just like, "Oh, all genders are welcome."
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
they
it
don't
says
have,
that in words?
they don't
There's-
have the
They don't even have signs. Yeah, they're just all stalls. All of them are stalls with
Oh,
toilets.
it just says, okay.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Hey, you know how to piss off everyone at the same time? Have one bathroom, make it gender neutral for all, but only stalls, only urinals. No toilets, just urinals.
No, they're all toilets.
Do they still have urinals though? Like,
No, I didn't see any urinals.
because I'd rather pee in a urinal.
No, there was no
Yeah,
urinals.
What
It was
about
all toilets.
shitting in a urinal?
I never tried it. I would consider it. Can't see that being comfortable though.
But it was cool. It was cool. But basically, I was there mostly trying to look for those film sites where they film like headquarters and things like that.
At UBC?
Yeah, they do. They do a lot of filming in UBC and SFU, Simon Fraser University.
Right.
They got a lot of filming. They do a lot of films in Vancouver.
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
film a lot in Vancouver, and UBC and SFU are great places to film.
Ghostbusters has been filming here.
Yeah.
What movie did they film in Vancouver recently?
Deadpool 2. I don't know.
Whatever.
What, like in production, what CW for sure. Like Batwoman is being filmed there.
No, all the CW stuff.
All
This-
CW
this
is basically in Vancouver.
They did that
Arrow.
X-Men one.
Arrow
Well,
and
Arrow, The
Flash,
Flash, yeah.
all of that Legends of Tomorrow. I think
Yeah.
all of that's filming in even like Supernatural and all
Yep,
that.
Supernatural. That zombie, iZombie. was there.
iZombie, yeah.
Yeah,
iZombie uses the campuses, don't they? I think for the
possibly.
for the morgue and
Yeah, possibly. It's a really wide campus. It's ridiculous. It's but it's kind of weird because like these campus areas, they have like real estate. Like you could buy places to live in. But it's a weird place to live because it's very outside of Vancouver. It's kind of its own area, and it just seems weird to me to buy a house there, if you're not going to school, like why would you buy a property there?
If you rent it out.
Then you rent it out.
Yeah, I suppose
And then
it's
you're
that.
guaranteed.
Which is the sadness in Vancouver real estate right now, because they're all designed for renters. Because if you go to like look at like houses nowadays, they're like 2 rooms and 4 bathrooms. And
Yeah.
then it's like, what kind of family would ever need 4 bathrooms?
And also,
Especially with 2 bedrooms.
a lot of the neighborhoods in Vancouver, around like the greater Vancouver area, it's like you can kind of build whatever the fuck house you want almost. You know, over here where we live, usually in neighborhoods, like the neighborhood association or whoever's in charge of building the houses in the neighborhood, they have like a set amount of rules, right?
Yeah.
Like your house can't be taller than this. You have to use like, I don't know, a certain siding for your
Well, even
houses
your
and
kitchen
shit.
has to be a certain material. Some of them do.
Well, that's
houses? Why would that matter?
Inside, it's basically like it's just the builder selection, but outside, the community has like
They have to
guidelines.
look. They have
It
to look
has
a
the
certain
same-
way.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to look. The house have to look a certain way. You know, if you go to some of the neighborhoods here, you'll notice that some of them even have like a certain look to the roof, right?
Yeah.
Like a slanted roof or whatever the shit, right? Like that's
That's true.
mandated by the neighborhood.
The community
yeah,
association.
the community association. Well, I don't know who actually does what the actual.
I think it's more
name is.
municipal, but
It's a municipal. It is kind of a municipal thing, but it is like the neighborhood. They have guidelines for it.
yeah.
Vancouver, in a lot of places, it's not like that at all. So then what you get is like you'll get like one house is 1 story or whatever, and the next house you'll have like a family like moves in, and if it's like an Indian family, it's basically like 4 generations of people live in that one house, fucking 4 stories high, just blocks the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
Like that, they don't have. It seems like they don't have like a guideline on how your house
They
is.
don't.
One's like a bungalow. Yeah,
In some ways, it kind of makes the drive nice. As you're driving through neighborhoods, you just see these like variation of houses.
One's like a townhouse, and then you have Iron Man's mansion.
Yeah.
Oh,
something like
totally.
You have like 3 houses, like, oh, this is the ghetto, and then you move down the street a bit more. It's like, this is a nice area.
that. Yeah.
But the way I find they grow those huge bushes, that's how they do the privacy thing.
They use it as a privacy wall. Like you can
Yeah.
just use trees or bushes or whatever as a privacy wall.
Yeah, and then sometimes you just look in and they're like they have a driveway and multiple garage. You're like, wow, that's a nice place.
Yeah.
And then right beside it would be like a dump.
Yeah, but still, the dump would be like, it would be like close to $1 million,
Oh,
depending on
certainly.
where it is.
Certainly,
House prices in Vancouver are insane.
it's a bubble. It's ridiculous. It's gone. I've heard it's getting better now. It's not as crazy as before, but it's still ridiculous.
It's still the highest in
Yeah.
Canada.
It's still highest. But like before, it was like insane. Like the amount of how fast houses in price was growing. It's
Million. Like you,
crazy.
like a lot. Like a shitty 1 or 2 story house would just be like, it could be $1 million.
like
A bachelor pad is like 400 grand to 500 grand for a bachelor pad, like a
Oh.
like a one bedroom
room, yeah.
apartment
Yeah.
kind of thing.
what I found weird in Vancouver is Chinatown has very little Chinese people in it.
That's all in Richmond.
Yeah, it's all in Richmond, so Chinatown's mostly druggies. There are a lot of homeless
Yeah.
people and drug addicts.
Yeah, you'd be a sucker if you go to Vancouver, Chinatown, thinking that, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get some, give me some dim sum or whatever.
But-
you could
No,
get dim sum there, but you
Jay-
might get shot at the same time.
Yeah, there's people like if once you park your car, you might find some needles beside it. But
yeah.
in Chinatown, Jade Restaurant is a really good dim sum place.
Oh, I was gonna say, that Jade restaurant was a really good place to shoot up.
Shout out to them, I guess.
And Brian's like, oh fuck that, the food, the smack, top notch.
There was something about the food, man. It was like addicting or
The
something.
corner, oh my god, little lie, he has the best shit.
There's also this
Instead of fortune cookie, they give you a syringe.
Yeah. No, they give you the fortune cookie. They give
We'll,
you the
we'll
fortune
let you
with the
see
syringe.
the future.
The syringe comes with a fortune.
and then near Chinatown, there's also this tent enthusiast. Like there's like this lawn. There's a lot of tents around.
For the bums?
Yes.
Yeah, I get it, yeah.
Yes.
Basically, anything east of Hastings is pretty much no-go in downtown.
Yeah,
right?
I mean it's close to kind of like Gastown. Like once you get past Gastown to Hastings, it's kind of you don't want to walk alone, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's not as bad as like South Central LA, but this is what a Canadian ghetto looks like.
Yeah, it's not bad, but
It's
yeah.
like Jane and Finch in Toronto over there.
Mm-hmm.
It just you don't want to go there with if you had time on your hands.
But I am curious what Vancouver is going to try to do with the Chinatown. I heard they've been trying to fix that area.
Well, you know
quite a
what?
while.
Like, that part in Vancouver kind of sucks. But then on the Lower Mainland and all those areas, they got a lot of crime in those areas too, like Surrey and shit. Back then, the joke was like, fucking every. I don't even know if it's a joke or it's a real statistic, but it was like every 10 minutes there was a carjacking or something.
It really depends on the area of Surrey, because
South Surrey and like closer to White Rock, it would be nice because it's all the nicer
White
stuff.
Rock is nice.
It's like the gentrified, well, maybe not even gentrified. It's just a nicer looking homes, nicer neighborhood. But kind of you get right into Middle Surrey and whatever. That's when you feel like, oh boy, you're in the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, so it's a really interesting place to visit. It's very fun.
Richmond is where you want to go if you want to get Chinese food.
I went to this one place called Chef Tony, which it's like an Instagram haven for dim sum, where they make like very cutesy buns and like they use like different cuisines. Like they use expensive ingredients like truffles and stuff.
Sounds like a pretentious.
It's a very pretentious dim sum.
But hey, if you what's it called?
It's called Chef Tony.
Chef Tony, if
Yes.
you want to sponsor us, your food will be so magnificent.
They have two locations. They have
very
the
much
restaurant in Richmond, and they also have a fast food version of it in Burnaby, in the Metro Town Mall. But anyways, what I was trying to say is dim sum, even if you elevate it, it tastes the same. So in my opinion, you want to go with the cheaper option.
Yeah,
like Jade Dynasty is probably just as good.
You can have crappy dim sum.
Yeah, you could, and it's probably just as good. I mean, it doesn't look as nice, but it tastes all the same.
Dim sum's not a traditionally fancy thing.
It's not as fancy, and it's hard to elevate. Like even if you elevate it, it doesn't feel worth paying the extra dollar.
Well,
for.
because it's dim sum is essentially it's almost like, fuck. What's the closest thing you get here? It's like brunch.
Yeah, it's kind of like
It would count
In
as
a
brunch.
sense.
Like you won't be able to serve brunch at like a fine dining restaurant at dinner, right?
yeah.
That's the whole deal. Dim sum is just kind of like it's just like if you're gonna get banquet food, if you're gonna get like fine dining food, there's other Chinese cuisines for it. Dim sum wouldn't be it. You're gonna try to elevate brunch into fine dining.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the other thing I noticed Vancouver is fusion. They love like mixing different type of foods or cuisines together, or it could be just the area I was around.
Where were you?
I was in Yaletown a lot.
Yeah, no.
Yaletown is very.
Yaletown has that.
They love
Yeah.
fusion. So, there's a place they do like a Korean Mexican. And I thought
Okay,
that
I
was
see.
really good.
Just fusion that no one asked for.
Korean Mexican makes a lot of sense. to be
Yeah,
honest.
okay, that's popular. That's more popularized in California, right?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
makes-
Where the fuck are you gonna get
Oh, yeah, you're
Mexican in Vancouver?
You're right.
Yeah, that shit came from LA and shit.
That must have came from LA.
yeah,
You're right.
yeah, that's where it got popular. But
What was the fusion? I missed that.
Korean and Mexican.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I
like
get it.
taco bulgogi.
Yeah, I definitely.
Black bean mole,
Yeah.
bibimbap.
yeah,
That one is really good.
that all basically just came from California.
Yeah.
Well, there's some fusion that won't make sense. They had, I can't remember off the top of my head. It was something weird.
Oh,
was like
one I really
Cambodian or
liked was
something.
Vietnamese and Cambodian. That was,
Vietnamese and Cambodian. Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
a good one.
Which place?
That's
is that?
it's called Nam
Phnom
Pen.
Penh.
Nam Pen.
My
Very
wife
good.
loves that place.
So they're known for two items: butter beef
Yeah.
and chicken wings,
Yeah.
which seems really odd. Butter beef is kind of like a beef tataki. So it's like a vinaigrette kind
I
of
like it.
But
on
it's
slice
not-
of beef.
But it's not like raw or anything like
It's
that.
kind of raw, yeah.
It's kind of raw. Fuck.
Yeah, like near the middle is kind of raw, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The whole
I
the word
remember
butter makes no sense. Where's
yeah.
that?
Yeah, I didn't eat it. There's no butter.
Oh, you didn't eat it there?
No, I had it.
Oh, you had it.
I had
okay.
it at Phnom Penh.
It's good. I like how they make people sit together. Like when they have a big table and say you're like a group of 2 and 3s, they'll just like stick all you guys on one big table.
Oh, that's like the that's like the Hong Kong kind of sort of deal.
Yeah, I've done that in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I've done it too. I just
fucking
but
hate
it was
that.
just I just didn't think that the people who aren't Asian would agree to it. You know what I mean? Sitting with strangers.
I think
Fucking
they do that in other places too, like not Asian places.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know like
Never
anywhere here,
experienced
but
that.
in other
Yeah, if
countries
you go to like
and
a
stuff.
lot of like some pubs are like that, nationals are like that
Yeah.
because they
Oh yeah, I guess.
The
Well, if
long-
you're at the bar,
the
then
long
really
table.
count.
Not even at a bar. Just the tables are just long, right? Just a fucking long tables with benches on it. So you're gonna sit with people
Oh yes.
more or less.
But these are round tables.
I
right?
know. I
Yeah.
hate that. I fucking hate that.
Oh, when you're sitting with strangers, like
yeah, I don't
like
like
you and
that.
your wife, and then
Like-
you're like with another couple. Where you're like.
That's why I didn't
another-
like in Hong Kong. A lot of people like these little small, like mom and pop, dingy places. But then it's like one or two tables in there. You gotta sit with people, and then the service. It's a Hong Kong thing, but it's like the service, like the most famous mom and pop shops. They love it when the owners just treat you like shit.
Oh
So
god.
they sit you down like they come like, what do you want to order? And if you take too long to look at it, what the fuck? Like like I don't have all day. What do you want to order? And then people are like, I like this.
It's like, isn't there like a place in New York or whatever?
Chicago. It was like a
Chicago?
it was like a hot dog place or something.
Yeah, I remember
Conan-
seeing it on Coney. Yeah,
Conan
Coney.
Bryan took that soft spoken guy to
Freaking
Jack or whatever.
Yeah, Jack McBriar.
Yeah, because he's like super polite, super like southern.
And with freaking hell, what's the insult comic dog?
Triumph.
Triumph, yeah.
Yeah, I think we got Jack McBride. He's like, yeah, I would like to order. He's like, hurry up, motherfucker. He's like, I do not like this. So then Triumph came in as the counter, right? Cause it's like,
And they're just swearing at each other and stuff. It's great. And then they had him working behind the counter too.
Yeah, he's just shitting on people as they order hot dogs.
And
like,
Jack's
"You
like just
fat fuck,
awkwardly
you still
standing
want
there.
more?" I've seen you before. You're gonna die tomorrow from all the cholesterol. Fuck people like that. Yeah, and Hong Kong is famous for that shit.
Was that on?
Recorded.
Yeah, just keep that in there.
Recorded the fart.
Even if it didn't get registered, now they know.
Okay, I'll just cut it out. No one will ever know.
Actually, I don't think it would. It's
I
pretty
don't
fun.
know.
No, it's
I
not.
don't listen to it. So
But this
I don't know.
conversation.
But now people are gonna be wondering what happened.
But anyways, yeah, Phnom Penh. It's everybody always hypes it up. I just found it to be just like whatever. It's just
It's Asian food.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's
But
tasty.
it is just like whatever.
I found it tasty. I liked it.
I don't even know what that. You gotta ask like a Cambodian person. Like, is this what
Is this-
Cambodian food really is like? Yeah, butter
Yeah.
beef and
My mom,
chicken
really,
wings.
my mom was born from Cambodia, and she went there and she really enjoyed it.
Your mom is fully Cambodian.
Or
No,
she's just
well,
born
she's
there.
like she was born in Cambodia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
but
shit.
so she has ate in Cambodian food.
Shit. Why didn't you just ask your mom? Hey, mom, is butter beef a thing?
Well, when she went, I wasn't there,
And she's like, I've heard of butter chicken.
so I didn't know. I don't know what she ordered.
No, I mean like you had Cambodian food. You come back home. You say, "Hey, mom, guess what? I had Cambodian food." Is there such thing as butter beef? Is that like real
Oh, okay. No, I'll have to,
Oh, okay.
I'll have to ask my mom.
I
that.
could have done that, I guess.
shit? Fuck, man.
I haven't had that chance yet.
So what was the highlight of your trip then?
I really enjoyed Grouse Mountain, or it's called Grouse Grind.
Well, it's Grouse Mountain.
Oh, so it's
Grouse
in
Grind.
it's in North Vancouver, and it's basically a nature stairmaster. It's like about 2,800 steps to get to the top. And
It's a workout.
It's a workout,
It's a
yeah.
workout to climb it.
Yeah, and it's pretty intense actually. They have a lot of warnings saying like at the first quarter, once you get past there, you can't go back down. So if you continue from the first quarter upwards, you have to keep going up. So they
Can't
Why
come
can't-
back
yeah,
down. Like
Wow.
why?
Because it's too narrow, it becomes unsafe. So
And then you get in other people's way or something?
The down.
So when
Nice.
you
Going
when you
to
go
that?
down, well, once you get to the top, there's a gondola that you could pay for to go down, or there's like a longer trail path that you can walk down.
The safer way to
Yeah,
walk down.
but the grouse grind itself is a one-way up trip, basically.
It's just people dead on the mountain.
How long does it take?
It's like
to get to the
Everest
top?
when you go up there, you see all these dead bodies.
For an average person, how long?
So the record is 23 minutes. Average
crap,
is
that's
about
pretty crazy.
1.5 hours is what.
That's not too bad.
So 1.5 hours to 2 hours is generally what they estimate for most people to do it.
Yeah.
I think, but the record is about 25 minutes or 23 minutes. So
It's just like a quick hike out.
yeah, it's
bad.
except it's yeah, like once you start it, you like start sweating like really fast.
Yeah.
Like my t-shirt was drenched like at the quarterway, and it was like ridiculous. It's pretty fun. Once you get into the zone, like once you're just climbing, you just kind of get lost in the, what do you call?
What was your timing?
I'm not exactly sure. It's probably it's probably longer than an hour, but less than 2.
Longer than an hour, but less than 2
So
days.
an hour and a half.
Around.
Let's just say I
probably an
had to
average.
sleep there.
Yeah, probably average. But there was a lot of all ages. Like there's children that are doing it and stuff, and they seem to have fun. And there are grandmas. They're probably grandmas. Yeah. that
This is,
recording.
this is your first time there?
This is my first time doing the grouse grind. Yeah.
No, like how many times have you gone over there at Vancouver?
This is my second time going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Usually when we go, we basically we stay most of the time in Richmond. And
Yeah. Actually, I actually spent very little time in Richmond.
well, they have really good food there.
They do.
Like
I agree.
really good Chinese Asian food. There's it's a lot of southern Chinese cuisine and shit, but you get some nice ones. You get some Cantonese ones, but then you also get stuff that you can't really get in the rest of Canada.
I heard like Shanghai stuff is
It's
really
decent there.
Yeah.
They have some. They have in Chinese. It's this what do you call it? Fucking like it's like sauerkraut fish or something. Suancaiyu. They have some pretty good ones in Vancouver as well. You can't get that. You almost can't get that flavor rest of anywhere else. There's some restaurants that do it, but they don't do it as good.
In Richmond, they have
You'd have to like go to China to get the actual good ones. So like Vancouver is kind of like it's your gateway drug, I think.
yeah.
Sounds kind of gross. Sauerkraut fish.
It's just a sour and spicy fish.
I would never known to know.
So like
know to order it.
sardines.
No, it's like a big fish. It's like a big fish, but it's like
But sauerkraut sounds like that German pickle
sorry, not
stuff.
Yeah.
you know, it's really bad.
Yes.
It's a really bad translation because it's like a
So
Chinese.
it's just like pickled fish.
No, it's a Chinese sauerkraut-ish thing.
Okay,
It's a
how do
Chinese
they
sour-
make it? Do
Is
you
it
know?
In a stew.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
That's way different than I
Doesn't sound
imagined.
like it's pickled at all then.
So it's like, no, you can make a pickled stew.
Yeah, it is sort of like it's the veggie itself that gives it this sour. It's not like a pungent sour taste, but it's like a tangy sour.
I think I might know what you're talking about, but I've never had this.
Yeah.
I had the
that's
vegetable,
That's
like,
also
that's-
not like most of the Chinese food that you get in North America is Cantonese food, right?
Yeah.
Like dim sum and all that stuff is Cantonese.
Like Hong Kong.
Yeah. So
style.
that is not like that's not a Cantonese dish, right? So then you wouldn't get that in most other restaurants.
In Vancouver, in Richmond, they have a VR experience with multiplayer. Have you had that chance to try that out?
No.
It's like basically you go to like a green screen room. They give you what do you call the things that track on your arms and wrists,
Yeah.
or your ankles, your wrists, and then you put on the VR set. So they give you a vest, and then you have games like it's like a tower defense game. Basically, you're given like guns or something, and
Yeah.
you're like protecting a mansion of zombies, or you're a pirate.
Do they have
Play
that
this?
pad thingy that you walk around
No,
in?
the whole room is green screen, so you can walk. You
Oh.
can walk around the room. You have to stay within
Wait,
the
if
room.
it's so you don't have a headset on.
You do have a headset on, yeah, and
Why
you
do they need a
play
green screen?
multiplayer, so you can see your friend in the VR with you.
But why do they need a green screen if you have a VR headset on?
That's a good question. Oh, I think what they do with the green screen is they film you and then they put
so
you in a
other people
trailer,
can see or something.
something like that. Yeah.
And I'm guessing you
I don't
didn't
know,
do this.
doesn't-
No, I did do it. Yeah.
Oh, you did
It's
do
fun.
it?
Yeah, it's I like it's VR with multiplayer, which I think it's really sweet. Like VR itself that you can get at home is pretty good. Like the ones with like beatbox and whatnot. But having the ability to see your friends play with you is kind of fun. And like you can see like, and in this game I played, it's like a mansion we shoot zombies, and you can like you revive each other by putting your hand on their shoulders and stuff like that, and so you can see your hand like placed on their shoulder, so it's pretty immersive.
How much was it? Like an hour.
I don't know. We split wise it, so I don't know how much it was. Actually, that's also my favorite thing about this trip, because we split wise everything. I didn't pay for anything on the trip. It was like everything that was group wise, they just paid for me, and I just told them to split wise it.
What? Wait, well, at the end when you settle it.
Yeah, at the end I settled
You're
straight.
not like.
End up paying. Like, how are you getting everything for free?
Fuck. You didn't pay for anything.
That's a dick move.
I didn't pay for anything up to that point.
Until the point you
That's
had
like
to
a
pay.
card mentality, though.
That is the
You still have
credit
to
card
pay
mentality.
off.
It's not, Jesus, yeah.
You didn't. I didn't pay for anything until I had to.
You just
pay
don't
for
even
it.
care about the price at it. We're split-wising it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. $1,000 an hour? Yeah, okay. No problem. Split-wise.
We're
Well,
split-wising.
that was one of the when we asked for gooey duck kanji. That was like, wow, that was expensive.
Gooey duck? Oh, yeah. The penis thing, looking thing.
The
right?
penis
Yeah.
thing.
That's
That's
not
not
worth
It's very chewy.
Duck penis?
No. It's like this clam. You ever seen it?
Yeah,
In the
that's-
supermarket?
It just looks like a penis.
Yeah.
It's just a
It's
big
under the
clam,
sea.
but
Yeah.
the meat is like elongated and it comes out.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, if
Yeah.
you think of a penis or a sperm.
If you think of a
Not a sperm. No, it looks like an erect dick coming
Oh.
out of a clam.
We'll have to find you a picture.
no thanks.
One of these days.
So it's an actual it's a clam.
Yeah, it's like
It's from
this
the
clam.
clam
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. And yeah,
So
the
like
clam opens up and the meat it just comes out of the shell. It's like a big penis. It looks like a big penis coming out of the shell.
It's like a penis coming out of a vagina.
So it's like a natural dildo. Pops.
I don't know if people
I-
actually use it for that purpose.
It's pretty
Any-
big.
Anything's a dildo if you're brave
yeah,
enough.
this shit is bigger than like a horse cock. Yeah, I don't think you wanna.
There's
Holy
some porn out there.
Fuck
that,
yeah, that
Yeah.
definitely looks like a penis.
And it's spelt. It looks like it's spelled
It's like Geo
Geoduck,
and duck.
right?
Yeah,
Like the Pokemon,
yeah.
but
I don't think
Golduck?
there's a Pokemon.
There's
a
Psyduck and
Geodude
Sorry,
Geoduck.
yeah,
and a
Psyduck.
Psyduck.
Geo. Oh fuck.
Geodude
I
and
got
a
Geodude.
Psyduck.
I got Geodude and Psyduck mixed up.
That's Geoduck.
Geoduck.
Is that how you pronounce it? The
I
way
don't
it's
know.
Gooey duck. That's how you pronounce it.
gooey duck.
Gooey duck. It's tasty.
I guess so. I fucking just call it Geoduck. I know,
It's
but I know
very-
it's wrong.
Geoduck.
I know it's wrong.
It's very chewy.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's expensive.
because when they prepare it, they dice it up, right? And then they make it look like a really nice dish. So you don't have like this big cock thing
So
on a
at
plate.
the end, the dish looks like a chopped up penis.
No, well, you won't now tell it's a penis.
Well,
It'll have,
in the kanji they mixed it, so
yeah,
you
it'll be
couldn't have
nicely. If it's in like a dry, it'll be nicely decked. Like nicely presented. Or if it's kanji, yeah, it's in the kanji, right?
on that plate, you know.
Yeah, it's not just like this giant cock coming out of your kanji.
How do I eat this?
Oh,
you
you-
suck on it.
I wasn't a fan of kanji.
Everyone just take a big bite.
And kanji's a white liquid too, so it's not okay.
There would be, you know what? I imagine one of those like rebellious chefs or whatever, that really edgy chefs. They might think about one day, you know what? I'm gonna make a really sexual dish, and they're gonna take that, the gui duck, and then fucking kanji. No, not even kanji. He's gonna go all out. It'll be like condensed milk, just thick, condensed milk. And he'll
I was
make
thinking it'd be like more of a like apprentice chef, like still a kid, like a preteen or something, and that's who pulls that off.
You won't have the skills to do that. I think that. I don't know how easy it is to cook that or how hard it is.
I don't know.
You need someone skilled.
I'm not a fan to begin
Well, you
with.
learn something new every day. I didn't know there was a clam out there that looked like a freaking dick.
All right, next step now is we'll go eat it.
The hard way.
No, I think learning about it is enough for me.
Well, you won't even know, buddy. We'll just be like, hey, man, have this dish. It's really good. It's the best.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and then we'll tell you later. It's like the dick clam.
Remember that dick pic we showed you? Yeah, that's what you just did.
Surprise.
You don't think you'd be able to tell just by seeing the dish?
No.
Okay.
No, you wouldn't really know.
No, because it doesn't serve it to you like in the shape of a dick. You
That's
won't
true.
know.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of like it's like a
I was
small
not thinking it
abalone.
through.
It's
I
like
don't
a
like
small
abalone
apple.
either. It's gross.
Oh no.
Abalone is okay. It's just
I like
not
it.
okay.
It's
I just don't get how
overhyped.
it's so expensive.
Yeah.
It's
That's true.
Stupid expensive.
They usually serve it with like the mushroom.
I hate the mushroom.
you
I'll
hate
tell
the
you that. I
mushroom?
hate.
Oh, you hate like
Oh, you
all
hate
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
This one is even worse because it's trying to sneak into my mouth.
No, wait, the mushrooms is really obvious. Like it's not like they hide the mushroom.
They can make
Is this
it.
the one that's
it's
like it's served just like a small piece
an
and it's like
oyster. It's an
freaking
abalone
$20
mushroom.
or something?
Well, it's like abalone mushroom, or sorry, abalone mushroom and the gailan.
No,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's generally how they serve
Stupid.
it.
I don't get why it's so expensive. It's gross.
Stupid. It is. It's because it's just hard to get. Like you gotta dive down to get it and shit.
Seafood,
Okay.
man. Seafood is pricey.
Yeah, but I'd rather eat something good.
Holy fuck! Look at that.
Yeah, that's a big dick coming out of that.
Not even looking.
Sean's just
I like
Just
how it's just on the
looking
plate.
at
They just
dicks.
present it that way.
captivated by the dick slap.
The person just like, yeah, I just want a natural. Just
No, I just
toss it on the plate.
You gotta go back and tell your family, like, this thing exists.
Be afraid.
No, I just never thought that there would be a clam out there that looks like a dick.
Imagine your parents were like, son, we must eat this. we must try this. This is God's gift to mankind.
Giant dick.
The bounty of the sea.
A wild dick.
AKA Poseidon's cock.
If you think about it, like the meat to, like body, like ratio is actually pretty good for that clam. That's a lot of
Yeah, compared to clams.
That's just meat just literally coming out of the clam.
That's true.
Over.
You can say that again.
Pun intended.
Just erect.
It is the most value of meat to like shell ratio.
Meat to shell ratio. That's
I'd rather
bang
eat
for buck.
oysters.
Bang for buck. Is that a pun?
Bang for your buck.
You know how they grow oysters? Like, I have a family. They live on an oyster farm, or that's their
Wait,
family
you
business.
have a
Yes,
family?
his one of the wives that he captured.
Okay.
The mail order
Go on.
bride
On the family I stayed at, they're
from Laos.
they're oyster farmers in Victoria,
Okay.
and like once you've like eaten all the, like you just shuck the oyster and you eat,
Yeah.
Yes.
and you have all the shells. They would take those shells and go back to the farm and just start planting them, and then
You plant the shell in it?
yeah,
And then more oysters grow?
and then more oyster just grows on it. Yeah,
How? Okay. That's
It's cool.
Well, they get attracted to the. It's not like a new oyster grows from the shell.
no, a new oyster finds the shell and grows
Yeah.
into
New
it.
oyster
Yeah.
finds the shell.
Yeah, okay, so it's like that.
They're not. It's not like a seed.
They're like those little crab thingies that move from shell to shell. It's like,
He stays there for a second. He's like, "Holy shit! Oysters just grow."
you can just
from
take the shells and plant them.
Buys a bunch and just puts it in the bathtub. Like,
Yeah,
oh
like,
my god! I'm
How long does this take?
Why did anybody else ever think of this? Idiots! All of them idiots!
You just go to Red Lobster. Hi, can I get all your shells, please?
All your fucking oysters.
Does
like,
it
right
work with
now.
lobster claws too?
The entire lobster grows.
Oh, that'd be so good if that actually worked.
But explain this. You were staying with a family in Victoria.
Yes.
This trip.
Oh, not this trip. Trip before.
What was that like? What was that?
What do you mean? What was that?
Like, it was his family.
Family
you knew
friend.
them before, right? Yeah.
family
I
friend.
never knew them, but they knew my cousin.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay.
So it wasn't
Yeah.
like some random family exchange thing, right?
In my perspective, they seem random, but
Okay.
they're nice people. It's nice.
Yeah,
They just let me stay in their
but they
house.
were family friends.
family friends. Yeah.
Okay, and they invited you, presumably.
I guess. Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
you,
Okay.
or you just showed up?
You showed up. Hey, can I live with you?
You know my friend Bill.
Oh, Bill! Yeah, great. Yeah, come on right in.
I don't feel like that's not that far from the truth, honestly. We
Things
just
could have
kinda
gone
just-
a lot worse.
we just give them a call, like, yeah, we're in town. Mind if we stay with you?
Yo, I'm fucking right last minute. Oh my god. That's probably where you get that shit from. I can see you pulling that.
We'll help on the farm.
Yeah, no, he'd just like show up in your house one day. Hey, man, I'm not gonna stay.
Hey, mind if I crash?
This is a classic B money move. I can see you doing this. Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? That'd be nice just to see like it's like the prequel of how B Money became B Money. I would see that. The
How's the
origin
story? How's the story go?
Is this a movie pitch?
Yeah, you start off as a normal kid, but through your like trials and tribulations, you turn into this like weird alien sort of person that doesn't adhere to social norms anymore.
Does this remind?
It's not a
Ryan
really
Reynolds
good
is
pitch,
making
right?
that movie where he's an NPC.
Yeah,
Oh,
NPC,
yeah.
yeah.
Wait, NPC? How is this different from her?
Because
He's living a life. He
He's
doesn't
in-
know he's an. He finds
He's in
out
a
he's
video
an NPC.
game. He's an NPC, but he does not realize it, then he realizes it, and that's how the
Oh.
story starts.
he beat you to it, man. You could have did the NPC movie.
The movie's coming up?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen that one. Have you guys seen that trailer?
No one's seen it yet. It's coming.
I haven't seen that trailer yet either. I'll have to watch it.
There's no trailer yet either.
Oh, it's just in the storyboard. So where's it at?
Pre-production.
Yeah, he just wants to do
I
something
see,
like
I see,
that.
I see.
You got time, man. Like it's easy for you. You don't even have to act, man. Just have-
Your version could be the B-rated. You know how every year, like, there's like random, like, they had the what was it, the Troy movie, and then they had a B
yeah.
version of it the same year.
Oh my god, yeah. You should do just have a camera set up all over your house, and then get 2 hours worth of footage.
So it'd be like a Truman Show on him.
Yeah, yeah. Except this will be the real life NPC. You will show it. Ryan Reynolds will be so pissed though.
Yeah, because he can't top that performance.
Yeah. Fuck. How's this guy? How does he know exactly how to be an NPC? What were you about to say? I had a feeling that you were. Just
There was a movie with
topic again.
Jesse Eisenberg. It's like The Art of Self-Defense. Have you guys seen the trailer for it?
No.
Have
Haven't
you
even
seen
heard
the
of
movie?
it.
No, the movie's not out yet.
Okay.
The trailer's coming out. But it's just like Jesse Eisenberg wants to learn karate.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
Is it
It's-
a comedy? It sounds.
It's
like
a
comedy.
dark comedy,
Okay.
so it's dry humor. It's kind of fun. It looks funny.
Are you gonna see it?
I'm looking forward to it, yeah. So I
Yeah.
plan to see it.
Are you gonna do like the Freddie Mercury movie thing again? Not see it, just critique it. On
I'm very good at those, yes. The Queen movie.
Did you hear how they edited this scene? They apparently
There was actually 5 different punches he threw, but they used it as one shot.
The editing was
It's actually 5 different actors with 5 different arms punching.
As you notice, one shot, his arm is actually black.
Did you see this movie? No. But that would be legit. Actually, that would be legit. You're doing the stunt double. The stunt double's not even the same skin color as you. Yeah, that'd be pretty legit. Fuck, man.
Hey, we've been doing this for over a year now. When do we get chairs?
Actually, we started with chairs back in the
Yeah, we
basement
kind of
Yeah.
did.
with
Yeah.
the mahjong table.
Yeah, we did start with chairs. We downgraded.
We had the fancy chairs. It was like the Chinese chairs. They had like plastics and stuff.
Did we?
I only remember plastic chairs.
Oh, really?
I remember
Oh.
chairs. I don't remember.
I thought they were like the family heirloom chairs.
Yeah, yeah. In my
Really?
basement.
What? Really? I thought they were just plastic folding
No,
chairs
we
or
got
something.
plastic folding chairs.
Yeah, there's those too. But there was also like the fancy, like, oh, I bought these furniture, but no one's supposed to sit on them unless a special occasion kind
I
of
don't
chair.
really remember this. Was that in the basement?
It's like an Asian thing. I don't know why they buy furniture that you generally don't sit on.
No,
I
it's in the
never
dining
had
room.
that.
So you guys also have one room in your house
Yeah.
where no one's allowed to
Oh
Yeah,
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 there's-
okay.
and,
So
like
that's
China. And
that's a
stuff like that.
crossover thing between, I guess.
A lot of even like white families have that. Like they bring out, they'll eat in the kitchen, but when the guests come over, that's what the dining room is for, right?
Yeah,
Most people have a table in the kitchen.
which a lot of people or my coworkers comment me. They say I should get a dining table, which I have not purchased yet.
You don't have a lot of shit here, man. Like
That's true.
you don't live normally. You
You live like an NPC. You just walk out the door.
The room we're in, all there is a table.
Oh, tell them the story about your dad and mowing the lawn and how he was so like
Oh,
disappointed in you.
oh yeah. So my father, well, I told him I don't like mowing the lawn, so I just pay people to mow my lawn now.
Okay.
So I'll pay $40 for the service. They cut every
Every
month.
time?
Yeah, every time.
40 bucks
40
every
bucks out
time.
every time? You could pay
That
like
is-
a kid $5.
No, that's the going rate.
The kids are charging 40
They
bucks.
do.
Kids are charging 40
Here's the
bucks.
thing.
They gotta keep their
They make better money than I do.
Here's the thing. They do a good job. Like all the
Yes,
hedges are really
well-
nice, clean. It's like clean cut. It's very nice.
Is it actually a kid that comes over?
No, it's not a kid. It's a service.
Oh, okay.
I pay a buddy. He runs a mowing service, I guess.
Okay.
So,
Keep on going to your story.
just my dad was like, he was like telling me how I could save my money if I mow my own lawn. But I don't think I like. Yes, I would save my money. But the issue is, I would have to purchase a lawnmower, and then I would have to mow my own lawn.
Motherfucker has a lawn. He doesn't even have a lawnmower.
You know, you just wait until the end of August and you can buy a lawnmower on sale.
I tried
For
that.
next.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought you meant just don't cut it until like once a year, kind of.
No, do your service thing
No.
for the rest of this summer, and then in September buy a new lawnmower
So
on
here's the
sale
thing.
for next year.
What I found is that if I don't mow my lawn, people offer to cut my lawn for free. My neighborhoods.
Yeah, because they're.
Or they'll complain to
Yeah.
the city.
Yeah, they'll complain, but But generally, they generally offer to cut my lawn at that point.
Because they feel sorry
And
for
then
you.
when
They
you
feel
shave,
sorry.
he's like, oh yeah, sure.
Because they're like, oh
Wait,
my
so is that
God.
what you've been doing now then?
No, I pay $40
Okay.
to cut my
I thought you switched from that to like, oh, I'll just let it grow and let my neighbors do it.
This is not. Oh my god. Okay, we'll get to the.
the size of your lawn, it takes me 15 minutes to cut it.
Here's the thing, I just don't like mowing my lawn.
Jesus, you got the
And it's-
smallest fucking lawn in the history of lawns. It's like
Except it. Well, that's yeah. Oh, yeah, it's all right.
it would take you 10 minutes to mow your lawn.
No, it doesn't.
How the fuck would it not
takes
take you?
takes a while.
How
Why?
long? How long?
Doesn't-
Have you tried doing it?
I've tried it. Yeah.
How
It's like
long
the
did it
amount of
take?
time to walk every square foot of your lawn.
Here's the challenge. When I did try it, it was the time when I let it grow out a lot. So
yeah,
like
so
it
don't
took
do that.
it took a long time.
Like cut it.
Because like every time I would do like one row and the machine would die and I would have to like.
Yeah, because you're.
Oh, you fucking
it's
noob.
like
You mow
it's-
long, tall grass. You don't want to like barge in there, or else you could kill the motor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
The good thing is not my
or you
motor.
trip the breaker.
Yeah. What you gotta do is you gotta go slow and you gotta lean into the tall grass.
You gotta angle the lawnmower
you gotta
when
angle
it's
it down
high,
and let it
and
come
just
down.
let it like.
Why do you guys know so much about
You gotta
lawn?
buzz
Because
it.
you mow the fucking lawn. That's how
You
we
gotta
know.
buzz cut
You
it
don't even
first.
have a lawn in your house there.
My old house had a lawn. I lived there for 10 years. You don't think I mowed my lawn? Fuck's sakes, man.
It's the saddest.
Oh, the saddest. Okay, you haven't even gotten to the meat of your story. I'll just tell it for him. So he's basically telling his dad, like, yeah, I just pay someone to mow my lawn. His dad's just fucking like, son, I am disappointed or some shit like that, right? Like, why would you pay money to people? You can save that money. And then basically he looks at his dad. He's like, you want to mow my lawn? I'll pay you.
Honestly, it'd be nice actually. Keep my family employed.
Do you get someone to shovel your snow too then?
No, snow shoveling I'm fine with. I find all right. But I hate mowing lawns. It's like the part I hate about house ownership.
Wait. You never
So
mowed the lawn
if-
at your old, like when you were living with your parents?
No, my dad did it. My dad.
All the time.
They never had you do it. It's like free labor for them.
He tried to teach me, but like I just never did it well enough for him to like let me keep doing it. He was
It's
like,
not that hard.
You can still learn now. I'm sure there's YouTube videos out
you know,
there.
people can suck at doing things.
If you
Mowing
could
lawn
push
for
like
me
a
is
shopping
just-
cart, you could push a lawnmower.
You'd be surprised, I suppose.
As long as you don't chop your own foot off or any.
No, I never got injured mowing
No
the lawn.
shit, you didn't. Never got it. You never mowed the lawn.
I also never really mowed. Well, I did mow it once. I mowed it last year.
You know they have ones with the motor now, so all it does, it moves on its own too. All you have to do is hold it.
Yeah, so I was looking at Roomba, and they are designing a
Not
robotic
Roomba,
lawn. Oh,
like you can find other ones even.
okay. I thought you
Are
said
you-
mow on its own.
No,
Yeah,
like
it's like the lawnmower. Well,
it has a built-in motor, so it's
Yeah.
driving on its own, but you
it
just have
will
to
keep
control
going
the
forward.
direction.
It will. You don't even have to push it too much. It by itself will go forward.
Were you gonna say that Roomba's making a lawnmower?
Yeah, they're making a robotic lawnmower.
Oh yeah, that's what Roomba's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what they're designing right now.
Okay.
Jason
That's
said,
cool.
so Roomba's making a lawnmower.
Yeah, I didn't mean the Roomba machines were making it. I meant the company. Like,
No, I get that part. But I thought when you said lawnmower, I thought you just meant a regular lawnmower.
I understand where there might be some exertion in the old lawnmowers. Yeah, even if they're gas or electric, you gotta push them.
That's the issue. Is not strength. The issue is labor. And the fact that I don't like mowing lawns.
lazy as fuck?
it's not like you're.
I get what you mean, man, but still,
Well, here's the thing,
I'm
right?
not rich enough to shell out $40 for someone to mow my lawn. All
Here's the
time.
thing. It's called happiness.
How often
How
do you have to
often do
mow
you-
your
yeah.
lawn?
When you sorry, I just want to finish this one. When you pay someone to do something you don't like to do,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you happy.
Prostitutes?
It's
Never mind.
it's one form of buying happiness.
Prostitutes.
No, paying someone to
Oh.
do something you don't want to do.
Paying
That is
prostitutes to mow your lawn.
Oh, that's
There you
Actually,
go.
that might be
level
pretty. That might be legit.
That would be a waste of money. I don't think a prostitute mows a really good lawn.
Like you go to the streets and be like, hey, do you want to come over Monday afternoon?
Yeah, you want to make $40? Get in the car.
Monday afternoon.
The prostitute is not built to mow the lawn.
Hey, you tell me that these lawnmowers they push themselves now.
She does it in her like high heels. And it's like, oh, it aerates the lawn while she's at it.
It's like, oh, that's an interesting choice for your job today.
Yeah, the hybrid prostitute service. We do. He's like, well, we do escort and we do lawnmower.
That's a good business model.
That would be a terrible.
You
business
can make
model.
millions.
I think you're gonna go into the hole so fast.
Literally.
Literally.
Who wants this? Nobody.
The other thing I found with grass is the longer it grows, it kind of starts flopping, right? Like it doesn't stand up straight when it gets too long. So it's also hard to tell when it's too long.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, when it's too long, it's just too long, man. It's like your haircut. It's like, oh, it's hard to tell when your hair is too long.
Yeah, at some point, like when I let my grass grow out so much, it's because I don't even notice it getting longer.
Here's one way you know it's long, which when the neighbors ask you if they could do your lawn for you.
Yeah. That's
So far, I've refused them. I said, no, I'll take care of it.
How often do you get this service?
Which service?
The lawn mowing service.
Oh, it's twice.
Not the prostitute service.
Twice a week.
Twice a week?
Sorry, once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Twice a month.
Twice a month.
Wait.
Bi-weekly.
For how many months?
Till October.
So starting from
So
where?
you're paying $80 a month.
Starting from when?
Now I guess.
Now, so like okay.
This month then.
Okay, so you basically pretty much like 3-4 months worth of lawn work at twice.
At $80 a month.
$80 a month, yeah.
You know, if you save up for 2 months, you could buy a lawnmower.
Like a good one too.
The issue again, it's
Oh my
it's
God.
not the lawnmower, it's just the lawning.
The actual labor.
It's
of it.
the whole labor issue, yeah.
Yeah, but you could have bought like 2 lawnmowers.
Lawnmowers aren't cheap either. They're like $500. They
That's
can
what
be
I'm saying. Wait, you've started your plan for this summer. If you wait till the end of September or something.
But that's the thing, though. You can't. If I wait, then I get offers to mow my lawn. That's
No, I mean, continue with your plan of $40 a month, $40 every 2 weeks.
Yeah, put
this
aside that
summer.
money during the winter when you don't have to cut your lawn, then you could save up that money and you could get a lawnmower.
yeah, okay.
But again, his issue is not the.
Now,
Yeah,
that's not-
but
I
if he gets a
fucking like-
good one,
here's-
like,
okay.
you could even get a riding mower and you could just freaking drive on
here's
your
the
lawn.
nice thing about service, right? One is I don't have to store my lawnmower. Right? They take the lawnmower back with them.
Oh wow!
It's the nicest thing. Like I don't have to keep that stuff.
The contradictions are just so fascinating because I remember back then you would count your change all the time when you got it back. When you
Yes,
when you
I
paid
did.
in cash, you would count change even if it was like a couple cents back. But for this, you were willing to shell out $80 a month just to
I found a new happiness. Greed wasn't making me
greed
happy.
wasn't making you happy. Laziness is.
finding ways, yeah.
Does it disturb you how fast you just got rid of the greed then?
No, I don't know if it's disturbing.
No, it's not. No, it's not even greed. It's like that stringent cheapness. No, I'm like, you would be the last person I would think that you would want to shell out $80 a month just for people to come cut your grass, and your lawn is very small.
It is small, yeah. It's why I bought the place.
That's not $40, $80 worth of.
Why don't you
grass cutting a
why don't you
month.
just go natural and buy a goat and have it graze all the time?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because then you have to raise a goat.
You don't have
Like,
to raise it.
This is
just,
like
just raise it for like the summer months,
No,
and
what-
then in
What he
winter.
would do, he would let the goat die after.
No,
this is the
you would get a
inherent.
new goat each time.
well, yeah. In the summer,
Every month
in
you get a
summer,
new goat.
In the summer, it does its grazing.
He just starts breeding goats.
They asked, "Oh, what was your plans?" "Oh, I just needed my lawn just taken care of."
Here's the issue I find. Okay, like why do every homeowner needs their own lawnmower? Like why can't we all just share one? You know?
Then why?
Because it doesn't make
what?
like you don't need like each individual house doesn't need its own lawnmower, right?
Yeah, they do. If they have a lawn, they do.
No, you can totally have a community share like one or
Well,
like a house of 5, like
Why?
5 houses in a row could share a lawnmower,
Why?
and that lawnmower could be lasting just
But
as long.
then why do we have individual houses? Why don't we just make a whole freaking like hangar type of
Or
building
like
and
different
the whole
cars. We could
neighborhood
just
can
share
live in there?
cars.
Well, it's because people want private space. But
Okay.
do people want private lawnmowers?
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure they do because there's an
Like
industry built
personally,
on
for me, no. I would rather just borrow one from the community if I could.
The community lawn mower.
Yeah, like a community lawnmower.
it. He's the guy who'd be at Home Depot going, "Hey guys, can I borrow a lawnmower?"
He sees people buying one. It's like, hey, you want to go like a timeshare on this?
Yeah, that'd be
Yo,
fantastic.
can I try it out for you? I'll let you know if it works. Or
Because
not.
because lawnmowers are cheap enough that most people look at you and be like, why don't you just buy your fucking
Okay,
own?
the price is not the issue. It's just storage. I don't want to store my lawnmower.
Yeah, people be like, what? Like, nobody will get in on it because they'll be like, well, I don't have a problem with that. What's wrong with you?
I just be like, I don't want to keep one.
Imagine.
But then what about like refrigerators and microwaves? Like, what if people don't use their microwave all the time?
No, wait.
You could
You
just
don't want
share
to.
it.
Like lawnmower is a little different than microwave and refrigerator. I don't think
Yeah.
they're comparable.
What's
in
the
that
problem?
sense.
What's the problem with the lawnmower? You just store it. You just throw it in your garage.
Takes up space.
No shit. So does everything else in your life.
Yeah, so does everything else. But it's just a tool that I just don't like to use and don't use often enough. That I just don't want to have
Well,
it.
you use it often enough in the summer when you gotta do it twice a month.
That's why I pay the service.
It just
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense, buddy. It's like
Here's my okay. So the reason I pay the service: number one, I don't have to mow my own lawn.
I think
Number two, I don't have to keep a lawnmower.
I think the number one thing is you just don't like mowing the lawn. You
Yes,
don't.
that's the main one. But the added benefits, I don't have to have a lawnmower, which is also fantastic. And thirdly, I can mow my lawn when I'm not even there. It's the best part.
Yeah, but if you look at it financially, and I agree with you, if you like not mowing lawns, then that's
your lawn
fine.
is so
But if you
fucking
look,
small.
if you look at it financially, you're paying $40 for someone to do a 10-minute job,
Oh my
which
God.
means that guy is technically making $240 an hour.
He's
Why don't you
fucking
just get like
rolling.
AstroTurf or something put in?
Can't do it, man.
They're also. It's actually kind of. It's still maintenance, right? Because like debris and stuff will get caught on it. You have to clean it.
Why don't you just
like you have to
pave it,
vacuum
guy?
your lawn.
Dude,
at that
why don't you
point.
just pave it all?
But then you're not mowing the
You
lawn,
can't.
so it's
I don't
fun.
think.
You can.
I don't know if the bylaws change, but they're kind of against that
They won't let
nowadays.
you concrete your whole fucking front lawn.
Especially in my front, like
Yeah.
because like I live in kind of like a townhousey area,
It looks so fucked up.
and I wouldn't be able to do that in my backyard. It wouldn't make sense. I could do like a tarp over it, maybe.
A tarp over it.
Like
That'd
people
look
put
gross.
tarps just over their
Yeah.
lawns.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it just look gross.
Exactly, and then
But-
snow would be an
Oh,
issue. At that point.
Financially, I was saying, if you buy a lawnmower for let's say even $300,
But why? But why
It
is this
will-
a financial problem? It's
it
not a
will
financial
last-
problem.
It is a
it
financial.
will last you like at least
For
10
most
years.
people, like I would not be able to afford this.
No, you would not be able to afford this. Like
I
it's,
do all right. Well, I sacrifice other things.
see, there you go. You it's not financially viable because you have to sacrifice other things just to maintain this.
It's not that bad.
That's of course.
Freaking $40 is like 4 pizzas I could get.
I'm sure you could get someone to do it for less than $40.
I looked at other services. Their 40 is actually on the cheaper end.
Just
actually.
It's because he's too NPC to like strike up like a relationship with some of the lawnmower people, right?
Man,
There is this Uber app for lawn mowing where you post a
it's
job.
called Luber.
Uber.
Yes.
No, that's a
it's called.
different service.
And you post your lawn, and then it's based on a bidding system, and then whoever wants to buy your bid can.
Isn't
mow
there
your
a
lawn.
So people are out there bidding to mow your lawn?
There are, yeah. You bid your lawn, and then somebody might take up the job based on what you bid.
Yeah, no shit, because they look at your lawn. It's like a 5x5 prison cell area, and he's paying how much? Oh yeah, I want this job.
Is it?
I guess the first product that I'll buy from Roomba will probably be a lawnmower.
It's not TaskRabbit, right? Isn't that like just people do random jobs for you? TaskRabbit. I think that's what it's called.
Task Driver?
Rabbit. TaskRabbit.
Task Rabbit. No, I don't think it's Task Rabbit. It's another
So
one.
you can cut people's hair if you're good at cutting hair, and then they'll help you write your resume if they're.
Well,
good
that's
at
that's
that kind
another
of
thing
stuff.
too. There are people that you can save a lot of money not cutting your hair, like cutting your own hair, right?
I let my hair grow for a while.
I want someone to do it.
Why? It's just a lawn on your head.
It's just a lawn.
Well, if you,
It's just a lawn.
To an extent, that is correct.
that's one service I'd pay for.
So why is it so unbelievable that I pay for someone to cut my lawn? It's similar.
I did not think we were
None
going.
of this, none of this
Where the
links from any.
fuck are we going with this conversation?
Haircuts, paying for haircuts and paying someone to mow your lawn.
It's the same thing.
I'll tell you what. There are people
It's
that
not-
do cut their own hair. Like just
They do
pause it.
to
But
save
there's
their money.
very specific haircuts you could give yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That most of this is
It's
time.
called buzz.
Yeah.
Or
Buzz, yeah.
Bald.
Yeah.
Or shaved.
Just
yeah.
go down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you want someone to style your hair, yeah, the style of your hair.
If you want to get one of those trendy hipster looks these days.
I'll tell you what. If you want an analogy, you get like you get one of those hair trimmers, the automatic ones. Set it on number 2, just buzz your head. You can do that by yourself, and that's very similar to fucking mowing the
Your
lawn.
lawn. There you go. There you go.
There's another product you have to buy, the weed whacker for the corners.
Yeah.
That's also annoying.
Yeah, that's just like replacing the number 2 with one of the smaller ones for you.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is when you pay for a service, you also get that service. You don't have to buy another tool to do that portion.
Yo, man, you live your life the way you want, man. I'm not gonna say anything.
I will say stuff. It's hilarious to say stuff. Holy shit. Oh my god. I wish I was just there to see your dad's reaction when you told him that you'd pay him to mow your lawn.
Well, if he's not busy, be great. Just bring your lawnmower, just cut it, just toss it in the green bin, and then.
He would just do that. The son, I am disappointed meme.
Which one would that be? I actually haven't seen that one.
Oh, you haven't seen that one. You don't have to. You did it in real life. You saw that happen in real life, man. Anyways, do you have to go soon or whatever?
No, I'm good for.
A little bit longer?
Yeah.
You got anything else? Anybody have anything else?
I do have something, but it depends if you want to talk about it or not.
What?
Anything to get away from the lawn talk.
Oh, it's just the HBO show.
No.
No.
We
No,
have
alright.
a
I
special
haven't
for
seen
that.
it.
Yeah.
We'll have a special? Alright, fine.
How long did it take you? It was like...
It's 5 episodes.
we're going to do an episode on Chernobyl.
1 hour each, so it's
5
pretty
hours.
short.
5 hours
But
total.
if you want to listen to the podcast
I don't
with
wanna
it,
listen to the
it's 5
podcast.
hours
I
as
don't
well.
want to
There's a
listen.
podcast.
That's another 5
It's,
hours.
Well, an hour per podcast.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Wait, there's a.
I didn't listen
It's
to a podcast.
called the Chernobyl podcast. It's by the creator and one of the interviewers. He's a prominent interviewer, but I forgot his name.
Oh,
But it's pretty
so
good.
it's like a legit HBO podcast kind of thing.
Yeah, it's also part of the HBO podcast. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
It's not like some randos like us talking about the show.
No, it's pretty
It's
legit.
a legit one.
It's a legit one.
It's not this ragtag podcast.
Yeah, but no, highly recommend it. It's definitely
We'll do an episode on it.
meets the expectation of Game of Thrones.
Once me and Hassan watches it, we'll do an entire episode.
I just gotta find the time. I can get through it in one day
Same.
or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
on a Saturday or
I
something.
gotta
I think
time for this shit.
I think that show might be really hard to just watch straight
to binge.
to binge because it's just so like graphic.
Well, some people do that. I can't. I watched it like one every different day, but some people binge like everything.
I'll do
Yeah.
it one of these days. I think when my wife goes out of town, I think I'll pick that.
Do you guys prefer binging or do you guys like to spread things out?
By nature, I almost binge.
Yeah.
A lot of
Really?
I think now
I
that
would
binging has
prefer to
become
spread
an
things out because
impossibility.
so it lasts longer, but binging is easier just because a lot of times it just auto plays.
I think
my for me it was just a habit because some of the I had a like great time during school of just binging, like during the summers and shit, just binge watch, binge play, just shit all like straight.
I just feel like disgusting after binging.
It does. It feels terrible.
Like you haven't moved for so long and you're just
Well, it feels even god awful worse now, but back then it was not. I felt fine. I did pull an all nighter and just binge watch.
I think the feeling comes mostly from probably just sitting there eating a bunch of shit
Yeah,
while you're binging.
eating, yeah.
It's
Well,
not the actual
probably.
watching.
It's that feeling. Yeah, it's that feeling like, oh man, this is great. Like I have this whole slate of time
Yeah.
just to do this or whatever the hell you want, right? I actually find that I am the most content when I have shit planned. Well, not really planned, but have stuff in the queue to do. Like I have this book to read, I have this to
Yeah.
watch, I have that, whatever. So much shit that I have, that for me to do. I find myself very content.
See, like me with books and stuff, with reading, I can make a schedule, but with TV, it kind of falls to the side. So I just end up whenever I find myself with
Yeah.
like a couple hours or 3 or 4 hours.
That's the thing. Like,
And I'm
we
just
barely
like,
have enough time
yeah.
now. But you know, like imagine back then, you know, summer vacation or like, you know, days off from college or whatever. Fucking, you got months worth of time of doing
Oh,
one,
yeah.
right? If
But-
you don't get a job, you know, that's what you got. That's what you have months to doing. What else can you do? It doesn't cost you any money. Fucking binge watching.
But when you're binge watching, I find you can't really discuss anything. Like if you're just watching alone. Whereas if you're watching weeklies, you have those water cooler talks that you always talk about. Like, did you catch last night's episode?
Yeah, but
kind
you're
of
not
thing.
gonna be at the
That's-
fucking water cooler when you're like
That's
watching
only
it for summer.
that's only if other people have watched it
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
It's
that's.
different stuff. Like
yeah.
the weekly whatever Game of Thrones episode, yeah, you talk to your coworkers. But if you were gonna watch like just one show, the entire season of one show that you just want to watch by yourself,
Like we were talking about earlier, Barry, another show on HBO. I watched it, but it's only like 8 episodes, and each episode is only
Half
half
hour,
hour. So
yeah.
that's 4 hours. So if you find
that's
yourself,
not.
if you find yourself with like a free afternoon, you can watch one season.
I would
So-
not be satisfied by that. I want fucking long.
How about like say you watch, like, let's say the show's an hour, right? Like I was watching an episode of Chernobyl. I watched half of it. Then I had to play volleyball, and I paused it. Went to play volleyball and came back and finished it. Like, do you guys like doing that? Do you?
No,
I
don't
don't
like
like
doing
doing that, but
I
that's
prefer to watch a
kind
full
of
episode.
But if that happens, like you gotta pause it because you gotta do something.
because you're an adult.
Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't be like watch, pause it, and just sit there and not watch, do nothing for a while.
Sometimes
Like weirdo, and then play it after an hour.
But like the nice thing when you pause it in the middle of the episode is like you let your mind kind of process it. It's kind of fun. It's like,
Yeah, so I'm saying,
and you're like almost like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen next. You almost like made another episode of the same show.
Yeah, you see, I don't do that. That's what I think, which is fucking weird.
So you turned Chernobyl into like a 10 episode.
It's like a study session. You would pause
Usually-
after like 2 minutes, and then you'd be like, "Oh my god, I gotta let this gest."
Sparks noted.
It's like edging.
Yeah, it is. You're just fucking edging every time you watch this.
Yo, have you ever thought of paying somebody to watch it for you?
He's so fucking erect right now.
In a sense, when I watch YouTube videos doing like a video essay, it's kind of like I'm paying them to watch a show, right? Because I have to watch the YouTube ad sometimes because I watch on my mobile. So in a sense, I have paid people to watch movies I haven't watched myself, and then I critique those movies based on their opinions.
What? The
I
fuck?
don't know what just happened.
Yo, I was just joking, okay?
Oh my god, this is.
I don't know where the fuck
This was.
What?
That's like what the fuck is this? This has to be. This is like the parallel bars of just gymnastics in your mind to make this happen. You didn't know. You didn't come close to paying them to watch a movie. That's not even close. Oh my fuck.
The last part on it, then he critiques it based on the review of somebody else.
Jesus. It's because it's like, oh, I watch the ads, and since I watch the ads, it gives them money. So in a sense, I'm paying them to watch a movie for me. That's basically it. That's how his mind arrived at it.
That is my non-secular way of connecting things.
This has been an awesome anniversary episode.
Connected?
Man. I love
I'm
this
still
episode.
confused.
I think this is
Jason's
So-
so like mentally exhausted.
I'm trying to like draw a line for this map,
were-
and it's just not.
If you were to draw those lines, it'd be like those tinfoil hats people with the ones with the strings, and they have those pins
yeah.
on the walls, and then they're like just connecting
With the
dots.
red string?
With the
just
red strings,
fucking-
yeah.
Yeah, conspiracy theory.
The conspiracy theorists, yes.
Speaking of which, how about Area 51?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I saw that Facebook.
Oh, shit.
Storm it.
I saw that Facebook group a while back, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is like nice little meme group. And they're basically they got me at let's see them aliens, right? And they're gonna Naruto run through the bullets.
They're gonna Naruto
Well,
run.
they were
That's
saying
the part that
they
got
were
me.
saying you're less likely to get shot if you're Naruto running, right?
No, this is that's just a joke,
But
man.
it's more so like the sheer numbers of people.
It was 1.4 that are going and 1.1 million that are interested.
Yeah, that's insane. It ballooned up so fast because last time I checked it.
1.4 million.
million.
Yeah,
How
how
many are
many-
going?
when
Last time I checked, it was like 5.
that clicked that they're going.
I
I don't
checked
think
when
they're
I-
going.
Yeah, okay, sorry. That click that are going. So the question is, how many of our friends are going?
Nobody, because it's
No.
all the way in Nevada. But with the time I checked, it was 70,000 people. And I remember I was telling my friend, we were discussing this, and like that's like 2 divisions worth of men, basically, right?
And
2, 3 divisions.
Yeah.
And then we were saying like, if they were gonna just fucking mow them all down, do they even have enough bullets at Area 51 to mow down 70,000?
That's the meme though. They don't have bullets for all of us. That's
Yeah,
what they were
now
They
saying.
don't have bullets, but they have alien lasers.
Now it's
Yeah,
at
that's
a
another meme.
million. It's a million people. That's insane.
1.4, yeah.
So if that many people actually show, though, how many people do you think will actually show?
Oh, probably not. I would
Well,
say
to
if it's
the
a million,
military-
70,000. I don't know. Maybe.
Do you think
70,000.
even 70,000? You think
Maybe.
that's...
Isn't the military a bit concerned? They're like
They're sort of like, who's really gonna fucking rush it?
at the
right?
same time they're like it'd be a problem if a significant amount of people show up.
Yeah, I think they'd be able.
Like, what are you gonna do? You're like,
they're not-
go home, please.
They're not gonna be hardcore like fucking suicide bum rush right
Yeah.
into the base, right?
It's like if once they reach a locked door, are they gonna like try to break it down, or
Or
what?
they
do you
just
think they'll have-
or silent protest, just sit
On the
sit at
day, they'll
door.
have like the army, the base security, and also like the police just gathered there. There's just in case.
When's the
That's
date?
enough.
September
September
20th, I
September,
think.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
So
And we were talking about like, oh, do they even have enough bullets at the base? Because it's not wartime. It's just a normal. It's like an Air Force training base.
Yeah.
So what do you say to the border control when you're flying there? You're like,
Well, you just say
business.
you're going for vacation.
Yeah, you're not saying, oh, I'm storming Area 51 at fucking border.
You like wear a
at the
shirt,
customs.
storming Area 51. You like hide it.
Yeah, they won't let you know.
Are you going? Are you?
There's a
planning to go?
merch store. I was looking at it.
Oh no, but are you planning to go storm?
I don't know. I saw the page. I haven't.
don't know?
I haven't clicked on it yet.
Oh, you should go.
You
live
should.
stream the whole thing.
Yeah, live stream it. We could put it up on like Twitter and
Just get
stuff.
shot by the government. Oh,
You could get the word of this podcast out.
I don't like mowing my lawn. I want to find an alien who can.
verbal accident, motherfucker.
It's like Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah,
Verbal accident.
That'd be surreal though. He's Naruto running. His hands are just flailing behind him, and then people are just getting mowed down by bullets. But yeah, he's so brave that he just keeps
Oh
on going.
man, that's like a movie action scene.
Oh, that's the one with That's like Rogue One with Donnie Yen.
Yeah, you could do that. You could
Except
be.
Donnie Yen didn't Naruto run into.
No, he just walked. He
Oh.
walked a specific path that no bullets could hit him.
Yeah, and
Well, he was
still,
blind,
He still died.
so, yeah.
He still died though.
Yeah, he still died.
It's okay. Do that.
Alright.
Do that.
How,
I can't believe we live in a world where this kind of shit is taking place.
Let's see
This
the
is
aliens,
awesome,
buddy.
though. I want to see them actually do something.
Let's
I
see
hope
the
it's not
aliens.
like 15,000 people show up and they're just like, screw it, we don't have enough people. abort."
15,000 is a decent amount. I
I don't think
honestly
they'll still go
maybe
through
like
with it,
100
though.
something people show up. That would be a disappointment. But if you get anywhere in the tens of thousands,
If it's just the organizer
Let's see
there,
them
like,
aliens.
hey, where's everybody?
I'm
Let's
just
see the
curious what the meetup would be like, where they meet up and what are they gonna do afterwards.
there was a meme page. He's like the title of the page was just like shit posting because I'm in shambles or some shit. Like that.
What if Trump is part of the horde? He's just like, I want to see the alien.
He could just order
He's
them.
president. Yeah, he
Yeah,
could just
he-
walk,
You can just walk
in.
in.
I was trying to
But
see.
even if
He
they
probably
exist.
already knows that there's aliens.
Area
He's probably one of
51
them.
is actually it's part of a larger air base apparently. So I don't know.
Yeah. There's no imagery. You can't fly it
Well, you can see it, but
from the satellites.
Yeah, but
maybe,
it-
but it's blurred. It's
well, yeah, it's not going to be high definition.
Yeah.
It's
I just hope some of the
military
people that go, they actually do live stream it so that you could actually see what's going on.
installation. Yeah. Well,
that video's not gonna.
you
be
need a
there
mass
for
of
while.
people because it's illegal for you to step into the base. Like,
Yeah.
So you just like
they
a
got that like
vlogger.
trespassers will be shot or whatever and everything. So
I mean that. Yeah. You have the risk of getting shot, but even you trespass, that's automatic like $650 fine or some shit like that.
they can't find that many people.
Is there do they do tours in Area 51?
Yeah, they do. That area has tours, but it doesn't go into the military
It's like
base.
select areas.
So just like around.
Because it also says, there's this place live ammunition testing and stuff, whatever, right?
And it's Vegas.
Well, it's the base. It's a military base.
Mhm.
It's an Air Force base. I was just looking on Wikipedia some real quick second because I was like, is Area 51 that big? I tried to look, and it says on there it's like part of Edwards Air Force Base, which is a really fucking huge base.
It's sizable, I would
It's like
say.
I know Edwards Air Force Base is a massive Air Force base.
Mm-hmm.
So
And Area 51 is part of that.
it says it's part of it. But Edwards is in California, if I remember it, and it's right on the border. That means it's right on the border with it. So it must. If it's part of the area, then that's massive.
Yeah, if it's physically part of the area, then it's on the border.
It's on the border
If it's
between
just like
Nevada and California, right in the middle, I think. So yeah, maybe
Well,
they do have enough bullets to kill 1 million people.
Well,
Well, I don't know.
I
man.
guess
Just
I guess
mow
that
'em
makes
down.
sense too, because that's where you want to store the aliens close to California so they can use them in the Hollywood productions, right?
You get the contract, the aliens.
Yeah.
You gotta start at least in one movie.
There's a bunch of aliens sitting there, and they just got all these contracts. Like,
E.T.'s
holy
like
shit,
the
did you hear?
OG, the OG
Yeah.
actor.
And the whole crew from like Men in Black, they're all
That's
sitting
all
there.
real.
They're
Yeah.
sitting there.
They just got out without costumes. Like, yeah, no, we're shooting a movie.
Yeah.
Well, no, they
And
have
to make a
to
movie.
just like stare at that flashlight, right? And just like
Oh,
wipe your mind.
I
That's how
wanna-
Men in Black's been doing it for years.
what do you think about the
That's what the Statue of Liberty is. Right?
the newer Men in Black with fucking Thor and Valkyrie?
I haven't seen it, but I heard the reviews weren't that great.
Oh, yeah?
isn't-
Yeah.
Like I mean, I guess it's
I think you need Will Smith and
a
Tommy
popcorn
Lee
movie,
Jones.
but like, I mean, the action's there, but story wise, it does. I heard
Yeah, it didn't
doesn't-
hold up.
It
It wasn't even that funny. I heard.
Probably not. Rip.
But they're both
Actually,
so pretty.
I was
She is.
interested in your opinion.
Both the actors.
The girl.
Oh yeah, she's pretty.
Well, both of them are pretty.
Yeah,
Chris Hemsworth, he's a pretty guy.
he's a pretty guy.
If Chris Hemsworth
Yeah,
got you in bed with him,
got me in. Okay.
okay, I asked you to basically just have a hot, steamy night. Would you say yes?
I would think about it.
Okay. That probably he'd be like.
Why? That's
"Hey,
an honest answer.
That's an honest
Yeah,
answer.
that's
I
good.
could turn gay for Chris Hemsworth. That's what is going through his head.
Well, not completely. I mean, bye.
Oh, just a tip.
Have you guys seen Lion King
No.
or Aladdin?
No.
Aladdin, yeah.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
You
Was
like
it
it?
good?
It's decent. Okay, keep in mind though, I didn't see the cartoon.
Yeah, I was gonna
movie.
ask like how different
Oh.
is it from?
Did you watch any
It's quite
version of
different, like-
Aladdin, like the TV show?
I know. I saw the movie after.
Oh.
So I want to say the original movie, the cartoon movie, I do like that one much better. Robin Williams as Genie.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith does an okay job. The whole movie is okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's decent. But yeah, the original, I like it better. You know, I went with our friend that's really into Disney movies, Adrian.
Yes,
Oh,
he loves.
He fucking hated a lot.
Oh, yes.
Live action a lot.
Oh,
He
yeah.
loves to hate it.
Well, Disney hasn't done anything original. It's just
But then-
everything they're doing is a repeat.
Then I heard the Lion King. I heard the issue is it was too faithful that they were just beat for beat the exact same show.
It's too faithful. Like it was too. It just followed though.
It
They
followed the
ju-
exact
well-
same thing, but the issue is there's no emotions because the animals didn't show
Yeah.
the same
Because they're all
personification.
CGI. They're
Yeah,
like-
well, one is they're more animal like.
Well, they,
Yeah.
they look so realistic. It's
Like,
like you don't
well, at
see
least if you
you don't
animals
see them
make-
smiling.
if they're animated, you can draw a smile on them and all that
Yes,
shit. But
exactly.
you can't.
I mean, you could see you see Simba all disgusted from eating a bug.
Yeah.
How do they do that with a real-ish
Yeah,
lion?
you would have to kind of do it with sound or something.
Loses that. Well, they would have to sacrifice a little bit of realism to put.
They would also have to sacrifice some realism, yeah.
The expressions on the lions.
And
right?
plus, they're limited on their movements.
And then I guess the next one coming out is Mulan.
you know
The
what?
teaser for that looks good. I
I-
saw that.
I heard
I
that.
don't think it's good.
You don't think it's gonna be? It's kind of weird. It's like dubbing. Like
It is. That's what makes
They're
it
all
weird for
dubbing,
me.
which is
Yeah.
weird, but it's not off dubbing. It's like
It's them talking.
they're talking English, but
And
they
it's so
sound
weird
like
for
they're
me
dubbing.
because
it.
it's set in China. It's Chinese actresses, so you're seeing Liu Yifei speak English in a Chinese setting, and it's so weird. It was like when I was watching Marco Polo, and that just feeling it was just
What,
it's just
what was
this
wrong with Marco Polo?
Well, okay. I'm just based on the feeling. You're like if I watch like Chinese shows, they'll be in Chinese, right?
Yeah.
It's normal, whatever. But Marco Polo is just like all speaking English and shit.
Oh.
It just threw me off. But also
But everything
Marco
else
Polo,
is, yeah.
Marco Polo by itself, I hated that show. It was a fucking
You might have an issue with Chernobyl.
terrible.
Because they don't speak Russian.
Well,
I don't think
no,
you'll have an issue with that.
Whatever. Like I saw Death of Stalin, and it was I more or less it was okay for me. But it was all
Okay.
British people acting as Russians.
Oh, this one they were acting as British. They
Well,
were Russian people.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't change the accent. It's all just whatever. That
They're
is
all
the same
just-
thing.
yeah.
No. What really gets me is like, it's the equivalent of going to eat like like ginger beef over here for Chinese food.
Well, that's a Calgary specialty.
Or not just ginger beef, but like American Chinese food.
Oh, like orange
eating
chicken?
It's like eating
Panda
Panda
Express.
Express.
Panda Express. Yes.
It's like if I go to eat
Panda.
Panda Express, like I can eat it if I'm really hungry and shit.
Eat Panda Express in China.
Yeah, but like it's like going if I want to
Wait,
go
do
to
they have
China,
one
I'm
there?
not gonna eat.
Probably not.
I'm not gonna eat Panda Express if I go to China, right? You usually eat the real food. In this case, it's kind of the same because they did make a movie on Mulan in 2009 in China,
Yes, they did.
and that was like it was a good movie too. It was really good. It was fucking what was
Maybe
that
I should
girl's
watch
name?
that.
It's more like about the war. It's
Yeah,
it's very warlike.
Cause
But it's not called Mulan then, right?
it is called.
It was
Mulan.
Oh,
called
is it?
Mulan,
Okay.
in
then I'll look
Chinese.
it up.
Yeah, Hua
I'll try to
Mulan,
look
yeah.
it up.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like her, it's
But they
China-
also didn't have the dragon, right?
No, because it doesn't have the dragon in the actual like
Mushu?
Mulan is a story. Mulan is kind of like they don't know if she's a real person or not, but they made it out of the poem or whatever.
It's like King Arthur, right?
Sort
Like
of, but then
nobody knows if it was
Or it's
the
a
real
romance.
person
right,
or-
but King Arthur's more like people are leaning towards it more of a legend, even
Yeah,
though they're not sure.
yeah.
It's more of like this one is like it's possible that she could have been real.
right.
The poem is
Well,
based on a poem, right?
She's not like a legendary person herself.
No, well,
No, but it could have been
she's-
based just
She's
for
made legendary by the poem.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Mulan originally was a poem, and it's basically the poem just told you of her life, and it even says which dynasty it was, and which whatever emperor ordered them to go up to fight whatever, and so then the movie in 2009 tried to be very faithful to that, and it came
Mhm.
out really good. I think it was Zhao Wei who was the lead female actor.
But I do agree. Back to your original point, it is weird to hear Chinese people speak English in a Chinese accent.
It's not just the speaking either. It's the whole.
It's the whole setting.
It's the whole setting. It's the
atmosphere.
whole way
Well,
they act and the whole.
They're in
like,
Australia, right?
I'm not 100% sure if they'll get it more or less better than Marco Polo in the new Mulan movie, but Marco Polo, you could tell it's just Hollywood. It's what Hollywood imagines. Like that dynasty, like Yuan dynasty, China looked like,
Yeah.
right? So then it's complete with all the fucking Panda Express appetizers and entrees.
Nice.
Did
of a
you
movie.
like the Disney cartoon movie?
I did like the cartoon movie because it's like its own shit. They made it their own shit. Like they
Yeah.
had Mushu and fucking
The cricket?
Free the Prince.
They just they inject a lot of like the Disney magic, right? They weren't trying to be like real Mulan, right?
Yes.
Because
But now that you made it live action, now you kind of have to follow
yeah. So this is
you,
weird.
You can't follow the Disney
This
animated.
is weird because they're
formula.
trying to be like a realistic Mulan,
Yeah.
but then we've seen the realistic Mulan, and then that was really good. This is kind of like it's a very weird artificial looking
Like,
movie.
for
How
example, what-
how widespread was the China?
In
Mulan?
2009, it was decent enough. It wasn't like
But like what I'm saying is, how many movie theaters had it came across? Like
in
did it come-
China. That was all in China. It
was
wasn't
just in China.
They had some limited release outside,
Okay.
but it's not that well known.
So I would say a lot of North Americans probably didn't even know this.
I
movie
didn't
existed.
know.
A lot of North Americans will probably like this Mulan movie, but I'm too wary of it because it really does seem like it's gonna be the next like Marco Polo.
Who's directing this one?
I don't
Also
know.
depends on the director. If it's
Oh, actually, I don't even know if it's a Chinese director. If
I
it's an Asian
don't-
production or American production. It's a good question.
and is it fully Disney or is it like a co-production with like a Chinese production?
Mostly Disney, like the
Because
I think
most of the
producer is probably a Disney. They're probably shilling out.
yeah, but usually if they're doing something like this, something this big, especially if it's a movie based in China, then they usually do like a co-production with a bigger Chinese company or a production company or something like that.
Director is Nikki Caro, New Zealand film director.
yeah,
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense because it was filmed in New Zealand.
yeah. So
Yeah, sure.
we'll
I don't
see
know.
how it is.
I don't know.
I'm not
I just thought the teaser looked good. If you ignore the fact that it's a Disney movie and just think of it as like a Chinese movie.
Yeah, I mean, cinematically, I
Except-
think I get it. It looks decent cinematically.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things because It's just because I'm me. That's it. That's literally it.
I guess we'll have to see it.
Yeah.
Or we could critique it.
It's just I'm me. So I'm very familiar with this stuff. I've seen this shit. So it's way different.
For me though, Disney hasn't had a great. Personally, I don't think Disney's has a great track record for rebooting everything in live action. Like
No.
They're doing that
They
with all the
haven't d-
Disney princesses.
they haven't done. The only thing that worked was Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, even that's like question.
Even
Wait,
that
isn't
was.
that-
They got pretty good reviews.
I thought that was a
Yeah,
folk
but
tale.
it got pretty good reviews in terms of
it
the
did
live
get good
action.
reviews, but then like if people were asked, if you ask someone, hey, do you like the live action one or original? Most
No,
of the
with all of these, everybody would say the animated one's most likely the original ones.
Like, if the
Like
best-
Dumbo was a complete flop.
Yeah, if the best like live action they get is like, oh yeah, it got decent to good reviews, and then the rest of it is just like all the other live action movies they had were just like terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. You're right. It's not a good
They're
track.
probably reaching an audience who hasn't seen the cartoon.
But the
But they're
thing
basing it on like nostalgia.
but the thing is Disney
Yeah, but
also-
they're also hitting the new audience of like
But
these
they're
younger
al-
kids.
like these kids. Come on, Aladdin came out. The anime came out what 1994.
Like it's kind of like the
Something like
whole
that.
Star Wars episode 1, 2, and 3 kind of syndrome, where people who watched the old stuff did not like it. But then there are the generation that grew up with those and thought were pretty decent.
I think it'd be a little bit different. I mean, okay,
Well, it's different in the sense that they're remaking this all together rather than continuing a story.
Yeah.
they're remaking it. Well, you know what? Like some movies they made it work. Like Dread.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Dread, like the recent one was way better than the old one with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But now we're not talking about Disney.
Yeah.
I was talking specifically Disney.
Well,
I was trying to
Disney,
think
you're
of
right.
that.
Like the new stuff that they come out, like the reboots that they come out with are not doing that good.
No. But then again, some of them are. Like Aladdin, everybody was like, the first time the trailer came out, everybody was hating on it. But now it's closing in on $1 billion.
Yeah,
They'll make money regardless
Yeah.
of how they rate.
yeah.
That's the thing. House of Mouse will still make money regardless of.
The House of Mouse, the
Dude,
strongest
you
house.
can't. Yeah, it is. Maybe one day they'll
Well, it's
own
the house
us.
It's the copyright. That's what protects them.
Well, with that, we should wrap up here.
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Let's do it.
All right.
Anniversary episode. It's been a year, boys.
Yes, thank you everyone for listening.
It's been a fun year.
Thanks, everyone.
Yes, thanks
yeah,
everyone for
especially to all those who listened for that full year
listening. This horse shit for
and
one
still
year.
going.
Our most loyal fans.
Imagine all the crap we fed them.
One day we will reward you.
Yes, with more crap.
Don't make promises we can't keep.
Well,
Reward
we
them.
could keep hashing out crap.
Reward them with more crap. All right, thanks everybody.
All
And
right.
you.
Thanks.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.
See ya.